Good day. My name is Samuel Omoha Shakespeare from APA TV channels. We're here today to discuss the political situation in Nigeria. And we have with us a retired general, a political icon, and a man worthy of note.
Lord Louis Production.
Peter Obi for President, obedient.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Please, can you introduce yourself, please?
Very well. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to have you. Major General Harrison ADOGA is my name. I served in the army for 35 years and retired as a Major General. Presently, I am with the Labour Party and a member of the presidential campaign team, a presidential campaign council of OBIDATTI.
Sir, concerning the present political situation in the country, what is your view of the current Nigerian political space?
We cannot start from the top as it is now. Let's reflect back. Let's go back a bit. In my experience, I was born during the period of the colonial masters in the 50s. And I witnessed Nigerian independence and the First Republic. I was a young boy during the first military coup and the change of military governments. Then the transitions, the several transitions. That is to say, I have witnessed various governments up till now. The situation we are in now, we've not had it before. They have been it cannot be worse than this. And that is why this election has become too important for us.
Can you tell us what or who is responsible for this situation?
As to pinpoint who exactly is not a matter of an individual, but it's a situation of a group. If you recall, political parties were formed after the last government and a handover to the National Party of Nigeria. Then there was a coup. Then there was a second handover. And there are many parties, but now the focus is on two parties. Who handed over to who? The People's Democratic Party lost the election in 2015, and there was a handover to the All Progressive Congress. As to who is responsible, it's the political players. Simple bad decisions and simple leadership. Simple bad decisions and simple leadership. Now, you recall that we were all in this country when the People's Democratic Party government ran the country aground. Nigeria was run aground. It had a breakdown. Then there was a need for recovery. Everybody was clamoring for change. Then the All Progressive Congress, that was a conglomerate of various, about 4 or 5 parties, came together supposedly to rescue the country. What did we see? We were full of hope. We were full of expectations. 8 years after, we are in a ditch. That party, instead of recovering Nigeria, have slided and taken Nigeria into a ditch. So, who is responsible for this situation? Bad leadership, bad calculations, leadership without vision, a party that has no clear focus have led us into this. Then individuals that is running politics in this country, they are preoccupied with self-interest. The interests of the people have not been calculated in taking decisions. And that is why we are here.
Is your view, what then do you think is the possible solution in this election?
I am happy to get that. We must survive. This country must survive. When the need for change is obvious. If you recall, parties went for primaries and were hoping that the best, one of the good leadership must come from one of the parties. There are several parties, actually. What came out was unexpected. The People's Democratic Party that ran the country aground came up with a candidate that is even worse. Then the All Progressive candidate, in fact, both of them placed their primaries into an open market, an auction sale, until a young man who was governor of Anambra State for 8 years left, who couldn't find space in where he was, the People's Democratic Party, where he even contested once as a vice president and took an unknown, little known party called Labour Party and brought out his head and brought out his vision. And it became clear that, yes, we have hope. We have hope. Your question is, what is the way out? The way out is what he has brought out to us. We now see a recovery van in a young man called Peter Obi. Peter Gregory Obi is an option, the only option we have now to take us out of the quagmire, out of the ditch, who have selected another young man, Datti Ahmed. Together in their conversation are ready to take Nigeria from the quagmire. And how we are going to do this? You have listened to them severally, and we have hope in them, and we know that they can do it. But the People's Democratic Party that ran Nigeria to a ground cannot be an option. The All Progressive Congress that have brought us this far to this mess cannot be an option. So it is natural that we have a better option in Peter Obi and Ahmed Datti.
So as it is now, can you tell us what qualities of leadership are you looking for in a candidate?
Leadership, the center of gravity of leadership must be honesty, character, focus, ability to take decisions, strength. You can go on and on and on, but the greatest is character. The qualities of a leader outside the textbook, I'm talking of pragmatic qualities. A leader must have knowledge. He must have capacity to deliver. He must have character and trust. He must have ability to unite the community. You must have ability to unite everybody. You must be loved by everybody. You have a good communication skill. When your leader is talking, you know that, yes, this man is talking. You must be able to manage crises. You must be a crisis manager. The whole society, everybody, we are about managing crises, managing problems. A leader that should take decisions was at when due. You must have integrity. And even if it is against your will, you must make tough decisions at the right time. Best of all, because you are managing people, you must have love for the people. You must have compassion for people. In all these qualities, and for the past 4 to 5 months, people have campaigned. People have brought out what they have. Nobody can compare with Peter Obi in all this. Is it compassion? Remember, in the past 5 years, we have been plagued with bandits, kidnappings. Government should be able to react. Have they been reacting proportionally? As we speak today, there are children with bandits. It's as if it is normal. Should we have a normal situation in which children are with bandits, girls with bandits, one day, and the government thinks nothing can happen? Remember, the all-progressive governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, told us that they speak with them. They know where they are. Government know where they are. You negotiate with them. You allow the space. Do you really have compassion for the people? What of the parents? What of their mother? What of their father? What of the parents of these children that are with bandits? What of the loved ones, the husbands of people, the wives of people with bandits? Government is not moved by that. Therefore, a leader must have compassion. What is the feeling of the people that are traumatized by these actions? Where as it is, anything happens in Nigeria, it has not been worse. And we knew that it is possible. That a new Nigeria is possible by good leadership. A new Nigeria is possible by any man, anybody, any Nigerian who have the compassion, who have the ability, who have the character, a character of mind. That is what we need. There is no doubt that we are in a situation in which all we need is recovery. A leader must have concern for the people. A leader must have concern for the people. Even transporters. You are going to Enugu State. A space of 15 kilometers from the boundary with Benue State is impossible. It's impossible. And nobody seems to care. The issue is nobody seems to care. It is true that you can't solve all problems, but you must have a feeling for the people to say, I care. Where there is a crisis, you care. You don't, already you are not proactive. Even if a crisis develops, it's too normal. No country behaves like that. The other day, there's no roads in Cross River. No road in Cross River. The trailers from Auchi going south to Agbo. I was there a few months ago. About 20 to 15 kilometers of trailers lined up. They've spent days there. Nobody cares. And nobody will want to care. That is not the function of government. People must be concerned. Whatever they are doing, in their predicaments, government should care. That is important. Unless you care, you can't lead properly. You cannot lead properly. If you think you are leading, then it sums up the fact that you are leading for the 1% of the population that has enslaved the rest of us in this country. And that should not be allowed to continue. For the benefit of our children, children, that should not be allowed to continue. Correct it now. Yes, there is a chance for a new Nigeria. May 29th, 2023. February 25th, 2023 is a deciding day as to whether we will move forward or we remain where we are. We have a hope that we can move forward. And what we require is to take a correct decision that we should move forward with compassion, with the man with the right frame of mind to move on to the new ground. New Nigeria is possible. That is our slogan.
So far, how do you score the three contenders?
Well, we have reflected on the People's Democratic Party. Now they have a candidate. A respectable one by all means, no doubt. And we are not in the business of castigating people for the sake of politics. Our principals have refrained from attacking any candidate. But the fact remains a fact. When you go to school or you have done a job, you earn a testimonial. Isn't it true?
It's true.
When you have worked for 5, 8 years with a boss, you earn a recommendation.
Yes.
I want to refer you to the testimonial of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, as written by his principal, General Olusegun Obasanjo, at the end of their tenure. In his book, My Watch.
We got a letter from America in June 2006 listing a number of people to be investigated. Atiku was one of them. Atiku was one of them.
Obasanjo did not shy away from giving this recommendation. So, background, parental background, that may not matter. That he has a propensity for corruption, that he has a tendency for disloyalty, that he has inability to say the truth all the times. That's a testimonial. That he has a propensity for poor judgment. lack of transparency, and he has a trust that money can buy his way. These are all testimonies of a principal candidate of the People's Democratic Party. Added to that, look at the space. In 2015, Atiku Abubakar said it was the turn of the North, and drawn it everywhere. It was the turn of the North. In 2023, was this not supposed to be the turn of the South? If he doesn't have a poor judgment, he should have just now kept his peace and allow somebody from the South. But he went ahead, manipulated the People's Democratic Party in picking him, in going for a primary that was auctioned, and like he said by his principal, he has a propensity to use resources to get his way. He got his way into the candidacy of People's Democratic Party as the presidential candidate. That tells you who he is. I want to take a bit and listen to General Obasanjo in his conclusion.
With what I know about Atiku, if I have put Atiku forward, God will not have forgiven me.
We have listened to so many politicians, and a respectable Nigerian, former governor of Cross River State, gave a testimony, a founding father of the People's Democratic Party.
My problem is that even if I emerged as a candidate of PDP, I will not do well, because the baggage that party carries and the culture of that party is inimical to Nigeria's growth. That's the truth. I know PDP. I'm a founding member of the PDP. Because if you go into the PDP, if you want to deal with corruption, right? There are so many toes you will thread on in the PDP. You will not be able to. But I tell you, no matter how well-intentioned you are on the PDP, you can't do much. Half of the people there have cases in EFCC.
Governor Donald Duke made it clear that nothing good can come from the People's Democratic Party. That the internal structure of the party cannot allow it for good governance, corruption. Therefore, a candidate from that party cannot, in any good measure, rule Nigeria or put Nigeria on a good footing. Simple as that. Now, for the All Progressive Congress, the leader of the All Progressive candidates have come up as the presidential candidate of the party. For the past 8 years, they have run us into a ditch. They have run us into a ditch. Now, I did say we are in a ditch. The All Progressive Congress are bringing a recovery van that have wobbling tires, that the engine is smoking. How can they recover us from the ditch? How? It is not possible. APC have lost it. See what is happening in the economy. See what is happening with cash. You phone your friend and say, what is the rate of Nigeria in your area there? Is it 3,000 naira for 20,000? Or 2,000 naira for 1,000? That's what we are doing in this government. The farmers from the villages that brought their yam to the market cannot, because they have no bank. It cannot transfer. Where are we going? That government wants to bring a candidate whose focus we are not sure of. It cannot, it's not possible. And he wants us to take us to where? The country cannot be an estate, cannot be somebody's estate. No. We must enter into conversation with leadership. The leadership must be open, not in the closed system that is out of it. We must recover. We must get back this country. We must get back the country. And who is going to do it? Let me tell you that the records show that the youth are between 70 to 72% of the voting population. Who are the most vulnerable? The youth. The youth, our children. They were the one protesting. Where? Toll gates in October 2021. Who was shot? And who was going to lose for the activities there? Alpha Beta, the revenue collector of Lagos State. And who owns it? How? He wants to rule the country? No, now. The youth, we must take it back. The youth must take this country back. I read the letter to the youth by Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and I refer you to it again. Go and read the letter. It's a very open one, very honest one. This is the chance. 2023, it's your chance, it's our chance for our children, for our grandchildren. And that is the assessment. We can't go back there. We can't go back to All Progressive Congress. Labour Party it is. OBIDATTI it is. People that are young, people that have the capacity. Obi is 61. By the time he finishes his first term, he'll be 65. By God's grace, he finishes his second term, he'll be 60, he'll be 69. He'll be 69. His running mate, 46. When the time he finishes their first term, the man is going to be 50. By the time they finish their second term, God willing, he'll be 54. That is youthful. That is energy. Who are they facing? A 78-year-old man. In 1993, the American report says that the APC presidential candidate was 59 at 1993. I don't want to dispute. He said he's 70. Now he is 70. Those are paper figures. We can't have a president who is asked, what is your age? Somebody writes it to him, hand it back to him, then he will read it to the public. Curtain House, for example. No, we can't have that. Nigeria is too big. Nigeria is too big. Nigeria is too diverse. And Nigerians are too intelligent to continue to contain this. The paradigms have shifted from their leg. You ask me who is responsible.
Yes.
The economy, the whole country is controlled by 1% of the population, taking charge of 86% of resources, and enslave the rest of the country. And that is why they clamor for take back your country, take back your country. We are happy, and the Labour Party that is a nobody without a structure, but with people. People are going to vote. People are going to vote. And it's not the structure. Who is the structure? Who are we? So let's say undirected Labour Party, very undirected Labour Party, nobody, no problem at all. But we have 2023 with your PVC. With your PVC, you go and vote, and after that day, there will be a result.
Okay. General, if I may ask, what do you think is the main trust between Obi and Datti?
The preamble of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has it that security and well-being of the people is the main business of government. The security and well-being of the people is the main business of government. Therefore, I'm not surprised that they are very concerned about the security of the people and the well-being of the people. If you recall, Datti Ahmed severally have told you that what is happening in the country, they are going to stop the killing and start the healing. They are going to stop the sliding and start the climbing. What can be more than that? He has told you that they are going to look at the basics. They are going to look at the simple private soldier, the police constable, the life of the police constable. That starts it all. The life of the custom officer, immigration officer. They look at the basic thing and take it from there. And what is more, that technology is cheap. It's cheap. Every Nigerian should be proud of himself. Every soldier should be proud that he's a soldier for Nigeria. Every policeman should be proud that he's a policeman of Nigeria. Should have the necessary equipment. Should be remunerated enough. Should have enough money. Should be trust that he can superintend over his family. Responsible to his family. They are taking it from there. Look at you need to take a look at the manifesto, which is about a 42-page document. But the summary of it, that you say the mind trust, they have to secure the country. Then Obi told you that they will stop the country from consumption to production. Yes, consumption to production. There was a time Nigeria was producing nearly everything. Where is Singa? Where is Leyland? Where is Berek Battery today? Where are the trucks produced from Enugu? What about the MNA fertilizer company? Where are they today? Where are they? Where is KTL, Kaduna Textile Limited, Norspin, Nortex? Where are they? It isn't that they are going to start it all over. He's telling you it can be done again. It can be done again. With his capacity, it can be done again. And he's not turning it from anywhere from the sky. He's going to use Nigerians with his capacity to turn it around.
We have a country called Nigeria, but we don't have Nigerians. What we want to do is to create Nigerians. And the only way to create Nigerians is that we must make people to have faith in Nigeria. And the only way they have faith in Nigeria, that there's hope in Nigeria.
And we trust in him to do that. Look at, there was a time in this country we were depending on the textile from the north, from the southwest. Abeokuta used to be the hub of a cloth we value in this part of the country called Okwoji. Okwoji, all our mothers, our grandmothers must have Okwoji in their kitty. I'm wearing a Kampala made from Abeokuta. If we all now, they are losing focus because we are depending on China, because on imported textiles. What stops us from encouraging them in bringing more employment? We have jettisoned everything and we are going to import nearly everything. That is what Obi is telling you. That is going to stop it. He's going to encourage you. He's going to make Nigerians become Nigerians. That is what he's saying. That whatever is going out, is going to gain from those who are outside so that you can improve on your own here. Production. It's going to encourage production. We are all from Southeast Asia, the whole country is now eating food from there, Indomie, spaghetti, macaroni. Those are not indigenous to us. It's not going to do it in one day. But he's telling you that he has capacity to change it, and I believe, and Nigerians should believe, that we have a new leaf. We're going to have a new leaf. If Peter Obi succeeds with the cooperation of Nigeria, that we start our production and we consume what we produce, then there will be employment. It will reduce the unemployment rate. If it reduces unemployment, naturally the another effect is the fact that it will reduce a lot of crime. Remember that every society, every country deserves the number of criminals it has. And that emanates from the workings of the society. It emanates from government policies. If you have to import everything, then your production line goes down. And today, Nigeria's production line in all aspects is going down. He is not likely to do it in one day, in 1 week, in 1 month, not even in 1 term, but he's going to start something new.
The election by the corner. What advice do you have for the contenders, as the candidates, the party, and the followers?
I stand bold to say that Peter Obi and Datti Ahmed have said everything that needed to be said. The onus now rests on us, Nigerians, youth, women, to get the picture and prepare. And tell all those who are undecided and not too informed Nigerians the way to go. The way to go is simple. It's Labour Party candidate Peter Obi. And how do you go about that? We must cooperate with statutory bodies. INEC. We must have confidence in INEC. We have a new law that has nearly erased rigging from the system. Let's cooperate with the process. On that day, we go with our PVC. We go with our PVC. On that day, go and get yourself captured, cast your vote, and wait. We have a duty for the next 10 days to educate our people on how and where to vote. All of us on social media, all of us educated. Everybody cannot be educated. People may not know. It's simple. The Labour Party mechanism, we have now come in to tell you that this is the way to go. put your finger, index finger on the Labour Party logo, as you see here. We are teaching everybody, we are educating everybody. And that is what is remaining. Obi is going places now, dangerously sometimes. The site I saw in Alaba Market and Oibo Market is not, it's interesting, but for a security point of view, a bit dangerous. I think Nigerians want him to save his life for us. There's nothing you are going to say that you haven't said. It's okay. Visiting places now is to say, aha, he came to my place. Whatever he's going to say now has been said before. We are aware. He said it for the past 4 months. And we are aware. The duty now is all individuals who believe in the change in the new Nigeria should spread the message, to spread the message that this is the way to go and how to go about it without rancor. I want to also advise the followers. There will be threats. The 1% of the population that have subjected us to this will want to continue. They will not want the change. Therefore, they will create situations that will mar the election or bring such a violence preceding the election. I want to advise that we refrain from anything that will cause problems, that will warrant a situation in which election may be shifted. No. However, provocation, like what happened in Lagos a few days ago, is being handled properly by the police and security agencies now. I hope it doesn't happen again. Even if that temptation comes, we should remain calm. Wait, countdown. The countdown has begun from today. 10, 9, 8, until the day, until the D-Day. And we'll cast our vote. And by God's grace, we have the hope that our principal will have the highest number of votes cast and meet the requirements of the law by scoring 1/3 in 2/3 of the federation and be proposed president of the country.
General, thank you very much for our time with you.
Very well.
It's been a very nice time with you.
Thank you
so
very much.
Insightful and so inspiring. We hope to have you back in the studio sometime, someday.
Okay. Thank you very much.
With the will of the Almighty God, I will succeed. Don't think that once you succeed, your job has stopped. That is when you will begin your job. We have a country called Nigeria, but we don't have Nigerians. What we want to do is to create Nigerians. And the only way to create Nigerians is that we must make people to have faith in Nigeria. And the only way they have faith in Nigeria is that there's hope in Nigeria. You're not asking for too much. God created this country, gave it everything that can make a country great. The only thing that is lacking is a simple thing called leadership. And that is what we intend to provide. And that you are not running for president. You are running for president